All right. So like I say, every March they try to send an agent into your world because they want to do Illuminati sacrifice by September, so they can do the Burning Man celebration, And not only that, they take insurance policies out on you and you don't even know about it, So just like Clockwork, every year they send another Delilah trying to pretend to be something they're not. And I always catch them because if I say, they send the religious kind, and if I say to one of them, it's faith alone in Jesus alone, they always add works. They don't have to be Pentecostal. They could be any denomination that they claim to be, used to be in. And I'm pretty sure they're paid agents, because who would do that? Why would somebody show up every year with the same, a different one show up every year with the same modus operandi? And one of the biggest thing is they want to tell you all about their life, but they never care about anything you're doing. That's narcissism to the hilt. They really don't care about what you have to say. It's just a one-way conversation. So here's how you catch them. Because I know if I'm being attacked as a believer, I know you're being attacked. So they always they evidently profiled me a long time ago, the kind of woman that I'm attracted to or whatever. And they always say the same stuff, And it's like, come on. Carbon copy, cookie cutter, carbon copy people. Don't you have your own life? Don't you have your own mind? So they're Freemason puppets, or Wiccan puppets, or Jesuit puppets, or they're just carbon copies. And a lot of times, most of the time, they contradict themselves. And they're telling different stories to different people. Pretty much all the time. Yeah, it's sad. And they want to get in across your threshold, steal, kill, and destroy. And if they can't get you to leave your place, they want to move into your place. They actually want to move in. I'm homeless. Can I move in? Well, I don't even know you. Who are you? And it don't happen, man. It's not the first thing that's being said. It's kind of like trying to build some kind of rapport at first, and then try to get you to it's a familiar spirit, trying to get you to have a familiar spirit with that person and feel sorry for them, Well, put you a camper in my driveway and I run you a drop cord, and you can live in the camper, and you got a drop cord running to the camper. I'll do that for you. You pay the power bill and I'll do that for you. Pay my power bill and your power bill, and you got a free spot to put your camper in there, right there. It's always something. And then if they were to, they won't do it, but if they were to do that, they would want to, well, can I come in for a minute? I need to use your computer. No, you got a camper. The transient, now some of them are not transient, they're stable, but most of the time they're transients and they're vagabonds, and they're just mooching off of people But you don't know that at first. But then the more you talk to them, you realize they're vagabonds and transients, and they don't want to work. They want you to work. They try to brainwash you. Yeah, you working 2 jobs. You got to work 2 jobs, and you got to do this, and you got to work yourself to death. And what they're trying to do is say, okay, you need to be working 2 jobs, and they want to move in and sit there and do whatever they're going to do during the day. Not on my watch. I've experienced that in a marriage, and it ain't gonna happen. And then if they do want to work, they want you to pay all the bills, and they just bank all their, and then because they're building some kind of system where they get income from 2 or 3 people, and they go move on down the road. They've saved up enough money, they take off. Sad. It's usually witchcraft, lies, contradictions. If you really listen and you don't get emotionally attached to the person, even if you are emotionally, still take yourself out of it and listen to the contradictions, and you'll see through it. But because they are human, you care about humans, So she'll come in with this story that she's been beat up or whatever, and you only hear one side. You can't you learn this you should have learned this there's 2 sides to every story, And women tend to believe women, but with the red pill movement and the Amber Heard movement, Amber Heard revealed the game with Amber Heard, but most people believe the lies in the DNA. And think about it. I don't know if they passed the law, I hope they do, that every baby has to go through DNA testing. And they hate that. These Jezebels hate that because they know that it's not their, 50-70% of the time it's not the man's baby. Well, I don't like that law because you're a con artist, you're a liar, you're a harlot. You're a liar, schemer, con artist, harlot, and if you can get a man to, here's what they believe. They tell each other this. I know, because I know what I'm talking about, because I've talked to enough sisters in Christ who revealed the truth. So the woman will get, thank God for online. I used online because I was seeing craziness with these women in the real world. So I went online and I talked to some sisters in Christ, truly born again people. And I did the simulation online to where some of these Jezebels tried to fool me and pull me into fake reality. See, the devil wants you to go in a fake reality online or the metaverse or whatever. The devil's always trying to get you to believe a lie, a fake reality bubble, whether it's a Jezebel, Delilah, or whatever. And so some sisters in Christ told me, they said, look, if they can get you to fall in love, they know you'll believe anything. And you'll sacrifice for them, and that. They want you to sacrifice for them, but they won't lift up a finger for you. That's a fact, Jack. And I talked to enough men who've been through it and said the same thing. And I've seen these women that don't even care about their kids. They don't care about their kids at all. They just have kids to have a security blanket. They never wanted to be a mama. They just wanted security from the child support or whatever. They'll answer to God one day. They will answer to God one day, but everybody has authority, and if everybody on the earth has authority, and if people think that women don't have authority, then you're in delusion, because God works through authority. And those who run from authority get in trouble. They always get in trouble, and they always become vagabonds, and they always become transients, where they're just going from place to place, job to job, here and there, city to city, state to state. They're always transients, and they're not stable. They don't know stability if it would hit them in the face. They don't know real love if it hit them in the face. They don't know truth if it hit them in the face. They don't know correction that's actually accountability, that's actually out of love, and they don't recognize that, and think that somebody correcting them, holding them accountable, they think that's evil. And it's sad. And I'm sure if you'd talk to saved women, the same thing happens with the men, with them. They have men come in trying to mess them up. I'm sure I am 100% sure of that, because I've talked to enough of saved women that the same thing happens on the other side. The saved women have these men who are agents come in to try to turn the saved women into Jezebel. And so the men who are saved have these women that show up, Delilah and Jezebel, to try to destroy them, because the devil hates God and his church, his people. And so the women have men come in and try to turn them into Jezebel. It's happening all over. It's a fractal. It's a holographic fractal. And if you think it's not real, well, just wait a few years, and everything I just said, you'll start to see it. And it's happening 24/7, 7 days a week, and it's always happening because the devil hates you if you're not in the hive mind. The fractal is clear. The flesh must persecute the spirit. That's why Cain killed Abel. That's why Jezebel chased Elijah, because Elijah's telling the truth. Jezebel runs on lies. So anybody who's a liar, they have to persecute the truther, the truth speaker. And they have to come after you, because you destroy their fake reality bubble by telling the truth. That's why Wanda vision that's what it was telling you.
Hi, would you use McDonald's?
They hate your freedom. They hate your freedom. They hate your freedom in Christ. They hate the truth, because the truth will set you free. And so they have to send to Jezebel and Delilah. It's the same playbook happening over and over. Read it. 1 Kings, Samson, Delilah, Elijah, Jezebel, Cain and Abel, Adam and Eve. It's the same thing. And Revelation 2 and 3 says, kick Jezebel out. Kick her out of the church. That means your life. You are the church. It don't have to be a building. You're the church. Kick Jezebel out of your life, and your life will be peaceful. So I had to eat my breakfast. I forgot where I was at in the message, but it's the same stuff. The cycles repeat. And every year in the spring, they send somebody to try to mess up your routine and your stability and your peace. They hate your peace. And if it ain't a person, it's a corporation trying to steal your peace. It's the way the game works, people. Sorry. That's what you're in. You're in a 3D drama.